This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, our political analyst Rick Morelli is here to talk about the 2016 presidential race as things start to heat up. Good evening and thank you for joining us at FYI. I'm Ken Kara. Happy Groundhog Day. Happy Groundhog Day. Thanks for watching us on SSPTV and SSPTV.com. And remember, we're in HD online and on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513. Let's get to the information from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Hazleton police are investigating an early morning shooting that resulted in one man being flown to a trauma center. It happened around 3 a.m. These photos are courtesy of our media partner, the Standard Speaker, and they show police responding in the area of Arbutus Street and Fulton Court near Diamond Avenue. Police blocked off Arbutus Street between Wyoming Street and Fulton Court. State police also responded. One man was reportedly taken to Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton, and then flown to a trauma center. There is no word on his identity or condition. Meanwhile, Hazleton police were on the scene of a standoff this afternoon. According to the Standard Speaker, it happened as they attempted to execute a search warrant on a home on North Locust Street. Hazleton fire equipment blocked off the scene as police surrounded the home. Emmanuel Christian School, which is located nearby, was placed on lockdown. Using a megaphone, police said, quote, "We have a search warrant, come out with your hands up," unquote. Just before 1:30 this afternoon, police led at least 2 people out of the 2-story duplex. Hazleton City Council will meet tonight, and Police Chief Jerry Spezial issued an invitation to all residents to attend tonight's meeting. The chief penned a letter which was posted on social media. Tonight's agenda will focus on the budget. The meeting is set for 7 p.m. at Hazleton City Hall. The murder trial of 32-year-old Jessica Alinsky got underway today in Luzerne County Court. Alinsky is being tried for the alleged murder of her boyfriend, Matthew Ryan Gailey, who died of a gunshot wound to the face over 4 years ago. It happened in a home in Hazel Township. The jury was selected Monday after defense attorney Demetrius Fanek tried and failed to get a change of venue. He was concerned that the publicity this case has seen would sway the jury's decision on whether or not Alinsky is guilty of murdering her boyfriend. Well, last night marked the official start of the 2016 presidential election process. Voting for the party nominations got underway with the Iowa caucuses. Lisa Sugart sat down with SSPTV political analyst Rick Morelli to explain the process and what it means.
Well, we are now officially in the presidential election season. Last night marked the Iowa caucuses. Rick Morelli is an SSPTV political analyst. Rick, you were watching. What's your take on what happened last night?
Well, I think there were a few surprises last night. Some we expected, some we didn't. I think the biggest surprise was on the Democratic side with Clinton and Sanders, the fact that it's still in a dead heat and we don't know who won. And I think it just goes to show that that's going to tail through the process as a fight on the Democratic side. On the Republican side, maybe there's a little surprise that Cruz beat Trump. Trump was leading in the polls, but I think everyone knew that those two were going to be in the top 2. Rubio was going to be up there as well. But the fact is, Iowa is important because it starts the process. No more polls. It puts the people in front and how they decide. Although it's a caucus and the process is a lot different than what we're used to in the primaries, again, it puts the people in the front and making the decision. But it's far from over because when you look back in history, Iowa really means nothing. Last year, Santorum won Iowa. Obviously, he was not the presidential candidate. 4 years before, Huckabee won it. So it's not a predictor as to who the candidate's going to be, but it starts the process. And what it also does, it weeds out some of the other candidates who've been running for president. And if they don't show any momentum, again, today, Huckabee now suspended his campaign, which just goes to show that now you're going to see more and more people starting to weed out. And so now we move on to New Hampshire.
Yeah, and O'Malley as well on the Democratic side. So do you think now once this officially starts, people legitimately start paying more attention?
Well, I think so. I think this election, for whatever reason, maybe it's Trump or Clinton, people are going to pay attention to it. And it shouldn't just be about those people. It should be really about the issues. But when you take a look at last night, the caucus in Iowa, on the Republican side, they've had a record number of people come out to vote, which is a good thing. And so hopefully that trend continues with the other primaries. So, we talk about elections a lot here, and we always see on local, when when it comes to local elections, people don't come out to vote. But for presidential elections, we do get more of a higher voter turnout. And so hopefully you'll see that more.
Absolutely. And by the time it hits Pennsylvania, our primary is scheduled for April 26th. It seems like such a long way off. Do we really get a say in this, or is it all decided and done before it even gets to us?
Usually we don't. I think it hasn't been too long ago that Pennsylvania did move it up, but we still are towards the end of the process. So usually we don't have a say. Now, if it gets very competitive, with on the Republican side, which I do think. I think that Cruz is going to be up there, Rubio and Trump. I think you're going to see a fight, and it's going to go back and forth a lot throughout the campaign. And again, we'll see on the Democratic side. I don't know how strong Sanders is, if he's going to be a legitimate contender with Clinton. He's going to win New Hampshire without question because he's from Vermont. But after that, we'll see. But again, fast forwarding it, Pennsylvania is a very important state. When you go to the presidential election in November, really it comes down to a number of states. Ohio, Michigan, Virginia, and Pennsylvania is one of those states. So even though maybe we may not be as important when it comes to the primary, when it comes to the general election, Pennsylvania plays a big role in who the next presidential candidate will be, presidential candidate.
All righty. Well, Iowa's done, and the next one up is New Hampshire on February 9th. We'll have to see how things start to play out.
Thanks, Lisa and Rick. Well, while Iowa is rooting for their favorite candidates, Pennsylvania is rooting for their favorite groundhog, and he made his annual appearance today before a crowd of thousands. Punxsutawney Phil emerged from his burrow, and the good news is that he did not see his shadow, so that means we will have an early spring. Today's festivities in Punxsutawney mark the 130th anniversary of this unique tradition known as Groundhog Day. While Punxsutawney celebrates Groundhog Day, the Laurel Mall is continuing its own special celebration, the Share the Love event, going on now through Valentine's Day. Enter to win the grand prize, a $500 Laurel Mall shopping spree. SSPTV is a proud sponsor of the event, and we're giving away a social media package for the Socializer One, a division of SSPTV, as one of the many prizes being offered by Laurel Mall merchants. Register to win now through February 14th at the Laurel Mall, or look for registration forms in the Standard Speaker and Panorama Magazine. The big Share the Love drawing takes place February 15th at 6 p.m. at Center Court at the Laurel Mall. Coming up next, we have your local weather forecast and a story that involves pizza, so stay tuned. And in sports, we check out the latest chapter in the Monoy area Shenandoah Valley rivalry.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
This Friday is First Friday in downtown Hazleton, and two of the many events taking place will benefit Brandon's Forever Home. First, from 5 to 8 p.m., enjoy a delicious plain heart-shaped pizza at Frankie's Pizzeria, 37 North Wyoming Street, and $2 from each pie purchase will be donated to Brandon's Forever Home. And Frankie's will continue the sweet heart of a deal each Friday in February. Also taking place this Friday during First Friday, stop by Brandon's Forever Home for the Stella and Dot Trunk Show and Jewelry Party. The party takes place from 6 to 9 p.m. at Brandon's Forever Home, located at 187 North Church Street in Hazleton. A portion of the sales from the party will benefit Brandon's Forever Home. For more information on either event, call 570-926-5117.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
The rain is coming, my friends, and the National Weather Service has issued a hazardous weather outlook for our area. A moist low pressure system is expected to produce an inch or so of rain on Wednesday. For areas that still have a lingering snowpack or very moist soil from recently melted snow, the rain could cause some flooding in poor drainage areas as well as quick rises in small streams in creeks. So please stay alert. Here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight there's a slight chance of rain and sleet between 2 a.m. p.m. and 3 a.m. Then rain is likely. Our low will be 36 degrees. On Wednesday now, on the 4-day outlook, rain and a possible thunderstorm before 4 p.m., then showers mainly after 4 p.m. Our high will be in the mid-50s, and it will be windy with gusts as high as 37 miles per hour. New rainfall amounts between 1 and 2 inches possible. Wednesday night, 30% chance of showers before 7 p.m., then mostly cloudy, low of 36 degrees. New precipitation amounts between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch are possible. On Thursday, the sun will come out, well, partly sunny with a high near 38. Thursday night, partly cloudy. Our low will be 23 degrees. On Friday, sunny with a high near 33. Friday night, partly cloudy, low of 25. On Saturday, another partly sunny day with a high in the upper 30s. Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low of 27 degrees.
Well, you might have a goal in 2016 of obtaining a degree. We're here at McCann School of Business and Technology. We are with Joe Chicalise. He is the director here for the program of welding. So, Joe, thanks for having us.
Hi, good morning. We have a welding program. We teach our students starting with oxy-fuel welding. We do MIG welding, TIG welding, and arc welding. Our students are enrolled in a 2-year program and can receive an associate's degree. Along with the welding program, we have what's called commercial industrial maintenance. Commercial industrial maintenance consists of putting students out there in the maintenance area, where here they learn the electrical trades, both residential and commercial. They learn plumbing, they learn HVAC, they learn hydraulics and pneumatics. Also along with that, they get a 12-week course in basic welding. And this makes for a well-rounded maintenance man. Right now, we have approximately 90% of our students hired at the end of the program. We have right now 100% of all of our welding students that are employed in the local area. We have companies that call us often, and they are actually taking students that are 6 months away from graduation.
So there is definitely a need.
Hired, yes.
Okay.
We get calls all the time. We have companies coming up touring our facility. We've been in business with the industrial trades approximately 6 years. We've been in this new facility for the past 2 years.
All right, so you have an extensive background, a lot of experience, as do the other program directors here, and right from schooling, again, as Joe mentioned, you can get a job. There is a need for welding.
Oh, absolutely. Between welding and maintenance mechanics, the field is wide open. Okay. Starting salaries in this area are approximately $14 an hour up to $22 an hour.
But you can take your degree anywhere if you're looking elsewhere.
You can even, if you're interested, after you have your associate's degree from McCann's, you can actually transfer credits to a 4-year school if you wanted to take engineering or something above that.
All right, so check it out. You can call McCann, check out one of their open houses today, or just call here at any of the locations. We're at McCann School of Business and Technology.
Let's see if you're a winner. Here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. Pick 2, 1, 9, pick 3, 4, 8, 9, pick 4, 8, 1, 2, 6, pick 5, 7, 4, 2, 9, 1. When we come back, we'll tip off our Rivalry Week coverage here on FYI. Here comes another Law Talk, though, before we go to break.
Hello again and welcome to Law Talk. Today we're going to talk about auto coverage. It's a topic that's on everybody's mind virtually all the time, and one of the things that I think you should know and very important to you is, when you get full coverage from your auto insurance agent, is it really good coverage? So we're going to talk about that a little bit. Alexis recently had an experience with a client that came in and asked about that, so we'll let her talk to you about full coverage versus good coverage.
Thank you. Full coverage by Pennsylvania law isn't necessarily good coverage that you might have. When you're looking to purchase car insurance, some of the things you want to consider would be whether or not there is a wage loss benefit as that part of your insurance, Pennsylvania law does not require you to have that. Something else to consider would be the medical coverage that you might have applicable. If you're involved in an accident, your insurance company will pay for any accident-related medical treatment that you receive. However, they'll pay only up to a point as to what your coverage has. For example, in Pennsylvania, the minimum coverage that you have is $5,000. And if you're significantly injured and you have no health insurance, then you're very limited as far as the type of treatment that you may have based on the fact that you have minimal medical coverage. But under Pennsylvania law, this would be considered full coverage. It's not necessarily good coverage. Something else you want to consider is uninsured or underinsurance coverage. That is also not mandated by Pennsylvania law. However, you want to consider purchasing that as part of your coverage because you have people who are driving that might not be insured. They might cause an accident. And if you have no uninsurance coverage, then you have no recourse. You have no type of action that you can take to get any type of recovery. Similar to that would be underinsurance. If you're hit by a driver and they're responsible for causing the accident, if they have minimal coverage, which in Pennsylvania it's only $15,000, you're entitled to recover that. But if your injuries and your claim is worth in excess of that $15,000, you're in a tough position because if you don't have underinsurance, there's no other type of recourse for you. There's no claim that you can make with your own insurance carrier. So you want to be mindful of that when selecting insurance coverage.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Separated by only a few miles and by only one game in the Schuylkill League Division III standings coming into Monday night, it was time for another heated chapter in the Monomoy area Shenandoah Valley rivalry. The 4-6-2 boys basketball crew defended their turf, swept their rivals this season, kept their lead in the standings, and are now another step closer to a long-awaited Schuylkill League Division championship. Imagine being chased by a pack of hungry bears, and it seems like they're gaining ground with every step. The Monomoy area Golden Bears opened up this game on a 10-0 run, and you can hardly hear yourself think over the roar from their fans. To a casual observer, it may have seemed like Shenandoah Valley's grasp on their first division championship in decades was slipping away. But the Blue Devils had confidence, and they held on tight, and they kept climbing.
Well, when I came in tonight, I seen how the gym was so packed, and I can't lie, I had a little butterflies. I was scared the first quarter, but then I recognized that we haven't won our division in 30 years, and Coach Miller been coaching for a long time. He's a great coach, and I really felt like he deserved one, so I gave him my best tonight, and we came out with the win.
Man, with being nervous, I think anyone would on this stage. You guys go down by 10 points. How do you compose yourself to come back?
I felt like last year we played a good team in district playoffs, and we was down by like 14 or probably a little bit more, and we gave it our all. We came back. Ever since last year, I felt like this year, anytime we get down big, we don't worry about it because we know we got it. As long as we play as a team, we can come back as a team.
On offense, Shenandoah Valley slowed things down. They stopped throwing up threes and started running some set plays. They upped their concentration on defense and made sure they did a better job on the defensive glass. Thanks to all of that, they pulled within 1 point in the second quarter after this Jermaine McNeil three. Eventually, they grabbed the lead, and when they forced a jump ball here, the momentum swung heavily in their favor. On the ensuing possession, Joel Santana hit a three-point shot to put the Blue Devils up by 4 points. While Monomoy area came back to tie the game at 24 at halftime, it now seemed like the Blue Devils had the Bears right where they wanted them.
What are you guys talking about at halftime? How do you want to come out in the second half?
On fire. Run the floor, push them, they're tired. They're all in foul trouble to attack the basket.
Shenandoah Valley built an 8-point lead heading into the fourth quarter, and they ended up winning another tough league game. The final score, Shenandoah Valley 58, Monomoy area 46.
They seem laid back and just like they're playing for each other.
They're very laid back, sometimes too laid back. But I'd rather that than too excited, especially when it comes to a big game. I don't want to see people so excited that, they can't even handle themselves. And that showed today, Maybe I would have rather us be a little more pumped up, but the fact that we were able to gather ourselves and come back, redo what we needed to do, and reestablish our offense and defense, we did a great job.
How tough was this league this year?
Tough. Some games are tough. Tired, back-to-back games, you get worn out, hard teams. Any team, you can't sleep on any team.
This gives you energy a little bit?
Yeah, hope. A lot of hope.
Joel Santana led all scorers with 28 points, and we'll have a feature story on him next week on FYI. Check out our Facebook page to see what day it will hit the air. So Marion Catholic, they won last night to stay just one game behind Shenandoah Valley. Here's the FYI Standard Speakers scoreboard. The Colts had to come back against Nativity on Monday. Now, they did clinch a spot in the District 11 AA playoffs, but they would love to be in the Schuylkill League playoffs next week. They'll try to catch Shenandoah Valley, and we'll keep you updated on that race. In other action, North Schuylkill beat Tamaqua. Hazleton area and girls basketball knocked off their rivals and kept their one-game lead in the Wyoming Valley Conference Division I standings. Pittston area is right behind them, and the two will meet up on Friday in Hazleton. In a Schuylkill League Division I clash, North Schuylkill pushed Pottsville to 2 overtimes, but the Crimson Tide came out victorious. Hazleton area wrestling team placed second out of 15 teams at the Coal Cracker tournament over the weekend. Chris Lasecki, Jimmy Hoffman, and Carson Kinney all took first place in their weight classes. Monoy area also had a first place finisher as Nolan Fagley won gold at 170 pounds. Huge Crestwood Hazleton area boys basketball game tonight. We'll have reaction tomorrow with Dave Seaman from the Standard Speaker. But right now, let's go to the social report. Happy Wing Night. It's Wing Night at Bottlenecks. Get $2 off your order of wings or all-you-can-eat wings and boneless wings for only $14.95. Bottlenecks wings are voted best wings in the area year after year.
Hey golfers, have we got the perfect vacation spot for you? Myrtle Beach. Signature Golf Packages builds and reserves the finest and most reasonably priced Myrtle Beach vacations. From scheduling your golf tee times to making your hotel accommodations. Oceanfront to golf course villas. Mark Passon, a Hazleton native, has been doing this for 10 years. Expect excellent customer service, local knowledge of all the courses, and the best golf vacation of a lifetime. Call now to learn all of the specials that Signature Golf Packages can offer you or your group. 866-462-9885 or book now at signaturegolfpackages.com.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, join Community Bible Fellowship for a free lunch Sunday, February 7th from noon to 2 p.m. The menu includes hot dogs, fries, baked beans, desserts, drinks, and more. Everyone is invited to attend, and Community Bible Fellowship is located at 458 West Spruce Street in Hazleton. For more info, just call 570-790-3753. And one more quick announcement, Dr. Tom Mead will be the guest on an upcoming Sam Lasancho Wednesday, February 3rd. Send in your questions to be answered on air. Email sam@ssptv.com or call 570-455-7267, extension 104. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Margaret Mary Quinn DeLuca, formerly of Hazleton. Funeral mass is Thursday at 10:30 a.m. at the St. Andrew the Apostle Church. Friends may call Thursday from 9:30 to 10:15 a.m. Heather McAvoy of Mountaintop. The Belts Petrilli Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Margaret M. Molloy of Shepton. Private services will be held under the direction of the Stauffer Bresnik Funeral Home. Gregory J. Randis of Hazleton. Funeral is Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. at the Hazel Chapel of the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 6 to 7:30. Peter Keeler of Mahanoy City. Services Friday at 10 a.m. at the Louis D. Truskowski Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. and Friday from 9 to 10 a.m. John F. Lamberson of Mountain Joy. No local services were announced. Mary Ann Riskowski of Freeland. Funeral is Thursday at 9:30 a.m. from the McNulty Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Jane Elizabeth Warsinger of McAdoo. Funeral is Friday at 10 a.m. from the Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. And Violet M. Sajilski, formerly of Shenandoah. Mass is Friday at 11 a.m. at the St. John the Baptist Polish National Catholic Church. Friends may call Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. The Lukowitz-Orovitz-Fell Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements.
If you're watching us before 7 p.m., a whiteout has been declared for the Hazleton area Crestwood game. So if you're a Hazleton fan, make sure you wear white. Remember, all highlights and reaction tomorrow. Until then, take it easy, everyone.